golden voice of Neal Ruhl. Live on the Woodward Sports Network. 99.1 and 93.5 The Roar. The Woodward Sports app. And anywhere you listen to podcasts. Let's talk some sports. It's Big D Energy.
Hey, yo, welcome back. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl. That guy over there, D-Mac, Darren McCarty. You know we have Uncle Terry Foster here, Detroit sports media icon as well. We are locked. We are loaded. It is a Friday. No Sam Flannel today. We do have Fish in his stead, though.
I know a lot of people are disappointed.
Yeah, well, hey, people are used to disappointment, Fish. There is no doubt about that.
Actually, you made a mistake already.
Uh-oh.
When you introduced everybody,
okay,
your name is Skipper, and that's Knuckles over there.
I go by Skipper. We're going to change the name to the Skipper and Knuckles Show. T-Foss has a nickname generator that we'll talk about in just a couple seconds.
I was Ranger.
Yeah, you were Ranger.
And Fish was Skittles.
Yep.
So it all worked out.
I do like Skittles, too.
That is so apropos, Fish.
It is. Spencer Raxter in the building, as always. Also, again, happy to have you all with us here today. Certainly, the NFL in full swing, as we saw last night. And as it stands right now, your Detroit Lions are on the clock for the NFL draft next year.
That's right.
If the season ended today, Terry, the Lions have the number 1 overall pick.
I understand that, but you do understand they're not going to play one NFL game and stop it. So, but
D-Mac, all I can do is play the ball as it lies. And as it sits right now, your Detroit Lions are on the clock, Darren.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that was the couple of things that you saw last night, but that's the benefit. I was talking earlier with Juicy Jeff Iafredi before the show, and just, this is a long play. This is right into your wheelhouse of draft capital, salary cap, stuff going on. So seeing as we have how the Rams finished this year, and what I saw last year, and Terry and I were talking about it earlier, is that, okay, first game we saw it coming. We've seen it so many times, the defending champions getting their banner raised and all that stuff. But, there's a deficiency and just sort of a urgency on the Rams' part, sort of like they call that the championship hangover or whatever. I saw that. I think that it could be such a blessing for this team, because at the end of that's why the clock is so important, right? Because not only will it tell us where our team is at, it tells us where our draft position is with the Rams and stuff like this. But at the end of the day, Neal, what I got thinking too is that you could technically, right, get a substitute quarterback in Jared Goff, third rounder, a trade up for Jameson Williams, and then who knows what this Rams team is going to do. It doesn't look like a Super Bowl Final Four contending late pick team. It looks like a team that's going to be middle of the road, a 500 team.
Be careful, young man.
I'm just saying
easy.
But that's what but what I'm saying is what you go by. I'm not eating the Kool-Aid. What I'm saying is stick to the clock. And when the clock runs out, there's more answers and questions and stuff to be answered, and it comes down to your draft capital and stuff like this. This is a caveat and a bonus for the Detroit Lions that's waiting for them no matter what they do. Now, they still got to play, and you went off to whatever.
First of all, nobody repeats as Super Bowl champion. It just doesn't happen anymore.
No, I understand that, Terry, but the fact is that usually the champions don't decimate down into the middle of the pick. But what you're going to say is
that's what you said after one game. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, but I didn't say they're going to crap the bed.
You said
it was over. Your words. You said this is over. The dynasty's crumbling.
500 team. 500 team. They don't have a dynasty.
They'll be above 500. They'll win 10 games.
Yeah. Now, well, hey, go ahead, Terry.
From my experiences, I have seen a number of teams play that first game after they win a championship, and they almost always, I'd say 80%, look like crap. Pistons look like crap when they hung the banner. I've seen a bunch of teams just look awful.
Add the Rams to that
list.
Right,
and they have ceremonies, and everybody's distracted, and some hunger leaves. But
they looked full.
Right.
They did.
Full and sassy. But it doesn't mean it's going to last the entire season. The other thing that happens is the champions usually say, okay, we've played like dog for a month.
It's time to get this
now
ish together.
Now it's time to get it together because we think we can win another championship when actually they can't. And they put it together and start beating up people. That's why the New England Patriots, when they were rolling with Belichick and Tom Brady, you had to get them in September. New England Patriots, probably the best dynasty that we know in our modern era, they're like a 500 team in September.
Don't compare the Rams with the Belichick. I mean, come on, man. Don't you can't.
You're the one that threw them out the playoffs after one game.
I didn't throw them out the playoffs. I threw the. If you listen to what I said, is that your draft pick, is going to be better than in the 30s or the high 20s.
You never said
they
that.
They quit on each other.
Darren, shut up.
You
never said that. Don't come up here lying. Now you're trying to. Oh, I didn't say that. That's exactly. You said there'd be middle of the pack.
Right, they're not the Super Bowl competing team that's going to give you a late pick. They're going to be a 500 team.
I like how you clean your shit up.
They quit. What?
I like how you cleaned it up. Because that's not what you said. You said middle of the pack.
Can we rewind the tape then? I didn't say they were done. Listen, I'm saying they're not the Rams of last year. I'm saying you might have the ability.
Agree?
I don't think they're a 10-win team. I think this team is going to eat itself, just like the last play, throw into the corner. Stafford comes off looking at the coach going, he didn't try for that ball. So, You know what? Time will tell. But teams like that, don't compare them to Belichick that did it year after year after year.
I didn't compare them to Belichick.
You just said they were.
If
I said that they were done, you said that they were.
I still love you, but I said, if you want to play New England, get them early during the Belichick era because they were a 500 team. I didn't say the Rams are going to do the same thing. I didn't compare anybody.
So they're better. Rams are better than the Belichick. I don't know where.
Okay. There's obviously something wrong with you today.
What's wrong with me is I think that it's a good day to be a Lions
because
fan.
Somebody says this thing and you come up out of the blue talking some other stuff.
Like, what did I say? I said this looks like a high team.
You can't compare the Rams to Belichick, and I didn't.
You said the New England, is that not Belichick's team? That if you...
Yeah, but did I make a comparison?
So what did you get from the Rams? You just thought it was a what? You say it's a... I say this is something... So here, let's clean it up. This is something that's going to continue, in my opinion. That's not done. It's the thread that we're going to see in the Rams organization throughout the season.
All right, be a man to say it.
I feel that that's the way they're going. This was a chink in the armor that's only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger from this Rams team.
And I disagree, but go ahead.
Okay, no, that's fine.
It's America.
That's good. That's what I meant.
But what I said separately,
right,
outside of what you said, is if you wanted to get New England under Belichick and Tom Brady, you better get them early because they were a 500 team in September, but in October.
So is that not comparing New England to the Rams?
It's not, dude. I don't understand what's wrong with you. It's not comparing anything. I said separately.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right about if you're going to get the New England, but I just wanted to know where that meant to the Rams and what I said. So you're just comparing them. I get it now. You're saying that don't quit on the Rams early because of the championship pedigree, because you might be able to get them early, but they're going to be better later, and that's when. Is that?
I don't think I said that either.
Like New England.
No. Here's what I said. I said they're going to play like crap last night.
Yeah, you did say that yesterday.
Of the Super Bowl hangover and the ceremony and all. You throw all that in, and what I have experienced as years as a sports writer, that when a team comes back and has the ring ceremony, the banner ceremony after winning a championship, they normally play like crap.
Okay. And so my point is, look for the Rams to continue to play like crap. And you said, and your point is, I don't think so, son. It's just a one-off. Did we get there?
God bless you.
Did we get there?
No, we got there.
Okay.
You finally said something accurate. Yes.
Can I do something
Okay.
real? Can I do something
All
real
right.
quick here?
It better be fun, but go ahead.
Can I do something real quick? I wanted to give a shout out to Dr. Moore, Ryan Freeberger, and Lisa at Ascension in Warren. My dad underwent a procedure today, and I just got word back everything's well. He's resting, getting better right now.
happy to hear that? Yay.
They're actually watching the show in my dad's recovery room, and
That's probably
you know,
not good for it.
Yeah, the pulse is probably rising right now,
Right.
so everybody just
All
relax.
right, we need to relax for Dad.
We absolutely. We need to just take it down a couple of notches. No, but I like it on a Friday. I like
Spicy
it.
on a Friday.
Yeah.
You know what it is, Terry?
I like it.
I got some deathmatch wrestling tonight, so I'm fired
Oh,
up. There's going to be
okay.
some blood.
Yeah, I like
Ray
it.
guy will see
And I'm
you
just
there.
an asshole.
No.
period.
I just no. But
Both
that-
things can be true.
But here's the whole thing. I
True.
don't know. Did anybody like? I saw things chink in an armor of dissension. Like I see this Rams team. I see Stafford with the injury that these guys could be 2-4, and they shut him down. And like what I saw is championship teams building on the new level. There's too much internal argument and not on the same page, right? Whereas Buffalo looked like they proved that even after that first half and last year, the mistakes that they made, right, that they were hungry. They were definitely the hungrier team.
One team looked full. I'll say it like that. The Rams looked full. Like it was Thanksgiving. It was about 4 o'clock on Thanksgiving.
And you know
and
what?
they looked full.
Had a little too much cheesecake after dinner.
Now, no doubt. Now, you know, it's left out there. They are champions.
Cheesecake sucks.
What?
Oh boy.
You don't
Is this
like
coming from a
cheesecake?
guy that likes rye toast?
Yes.
Oh,
What
dog
about
the
fried
rye,
toast?
baby.
What's wrong with fried
Cheesecake sucks.
What?
How does cheesecake
That's,
suck, dude?
that's
It's
blasphemous.
cheese. It tastes cheesy. It's weird
That's the
texture.
point.
Not a fan.
It's cheesecake.
That's why they call it cheesecake,
Spencer
dumbass.
Raxter.
Yeah, I'd just rather have regular cake or bundt cake. I don't want cheese on my cake.
Spencer Raxter.
Okay.
Cheesecake sucks.
Spencer, do you have cinnamon rolls with the cheese cream icing or the cream cheese icing?
Yeah, that's different though.
Is it though?
So if we take you to the Cheesecake Factory,
it?
you're not having dessert.
No.
well, no, he'll have dessert, just not cheesecake.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll have some
I
ice
don't think
cream or
he's
something.
invited to the Cheesecake
He'll
Factory,
have like
Terry, with that.
Are you a chocolate guy? Would you have like a chocolate cake?
Yes.
Okay,
I
yeah,
mean,
so
I'm
he's
not
one of
really
those
a
guys.
cake guy. Like, I prefer brownies to cake, but
Ooh, brownies are good.
cheesecake is definitely bottom of the barrel.
Double fudge brownies?
Just real quickly here. Real quickly. Braden Black. Terrible take, Spencer. And we're moving on. That's it. That's it.
Cheesecake sucks.
Not well, that's a terrible take. It's been judged as such. And we will move on. Can I address something else real quickly here?
Sure.
Go ahead.
This-
Somebody's not in the hospital.
D. Smitty on the YouTube chat thread. Neal the Queen Killer. Can we I have an alibi.
Yeah, I was gonna bring it up this morning before the show. People
I
on
had
Twitter were-
nothing to do with that.
We are in the era of King Charles III.
We are.
Yes.
You know,
Never thought we'd
Homegirl
get
was
it.
90. Hey, dude, you didn't kill her. Homegirl was 96 years old.
Thank you, Terry.
Damn.
Thank you.
Hey,
I had nothing
you know
to
what?
do with this.
I
Did he
tell you
not
what.
get the hint when they said
If-
the royal family's coming over there? Like, that's when I knew, oh, she has a couple hours to live.
Well, I'm not a doctor, but Terry, I had nothing to
when
do with
people are
this.
taking helicopters to be by your side, that means you close to
It
death.
means it's a wrap. Yeah,
Right.
no doubt. MPWMU cheesecake is glorious. Yeah, you know it is. And look, Spencer's still our guy. We still love him. He's still one half of the heavyweights. They're still broadcasting on Mondays, Monday Night Football Extravaganza, live from the Coliseum on 8 Mile.
Oh, yeah. And guess what? In 2 weeks, it's Monday.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
going to be at the Coliseum,
Your birthday.
and it's my birthday.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, man,
Get
that's going
some
to be a
birthday
wild
fun.
night.
it's
What
going to be a
date?
good
What
night.
date is that?
September 19th.
Yeah, 19.
Put it on your calendars.
Yeah, the ladies going to be giving
Wah.
Spencer money.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're off to a rip roaring start.
It's
here.
Friday.
Can we agree,
we are.
Terry,
yeah.
Yes.
that that Matt Stafford did not have Guardian Alarm protecting him last night?
I think we
'Cause
could
that
definitely-
was sus.
Yeah.
If he gets protected like
I
that,
think old Andre Whitworth needs to be a spokesman for Guardian.
no doubt he does. They're gonna hurt with that retirement. But Guardian Alarm, guys, summertime is here and almost over. But it doesn't mean that you can't spend more time outside doing what you love. So let Guardian Alarm give you peace of mind while you're out enjoying the sunshine. Yes, Be part of the Guardian Alarm. Your local security expert. Just give them a call today. 1-800.
Stay out.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
And you can rest easy knowing you have 24/7 protection. Give them a call. 1-800.
Stay out. Stay out, Cheesecake. Cheesecake sucks.
Going to the Super Bowl all the way.
Stay out,
Everything
Cheesecake.
but that cheesecake comment. Guardian Alarm will not protect that. Guardian Alarm local security expert. Tell them Big D Energy sent you.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Ribbit.
What's up, Big Frog freebie time? Yeah, get to the free Woodward Sports t-shirt. That's right, a free Woodward Sports t-shirt all month long at Big Frog in Nova. Just stop in, tell them we sent you, let them print one up on the spot. There you go. So get the Big Frog in Nova today. Get your free t-shirt or visit them online, bigfrog.com/Novi.
Oh, we are off and running.
It's not in the hospital.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
We are off and running on a Friday. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Terry Foster here, Big D Energy. We have Fish in for Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, the cheesecake killer here in the house as well. Cocaine, our YouTube chat thread. Is there any chance that the Queen was watching Big D Energy yesterday and heard Neal say how worthless she is and gave up the ghost? LOL. No, when did I say? I never said that.
Well,
I said she was.
You did say she doesn't do anything.
No, in relation to actual operations of the United Kingdom government, she didn't.
Did you watch the documentaries that were floating around yesterday?
No.
Okay. I mean, she meets all the leaders. Obama, the guy from Iran, like controversial leaders, and she has no political. It was actually pretty good. I watched like 30 minutes of it. It's good to see what she does.
And rest in peace. And certainly thoughts and prayers go out to the family and everything like that. Hey, I'm not a dick, you know, like I would rather people be alive than dead, okay, guys? Like I would.
You did say that 4 times yesterday.
Was it a tone thing again?
Was it a tone thing, D-Mac? It probably was, right?
It went in doubt. Let's go back to it.
When in doubt, go back to it. NFL football underway. We talked a little bit about the Rams and the Bills. Speaking of football, I'll have 2 get-rights for you this weekend. I like the board. I got 2 for them coming up in the second hour. But it's here. It's a Lions game day weekend on Friday. By the way, coming up, scheduled in about 15 minutes or so, we will talk to the Lions' hometown hero this week that will be honored during the game at Ford Field. And a lot of you are going to be there. It's sold out. They're selling standing room tickets. But, guys, it's time, man. Let's set it in stone. The line keeps creeping up. I look down at it right now, courtesy of DraftKings. The Eagles up to a 4.5-point favorite. There's not a lot of faith in the Lions in the business community, T-Foss. Your thoughts on this game, man?
All right. First of all, I think the Lions will lose. It's not going to be 43-6 or anything ridiculous like that. But my concern is in the trenches. I think the Lions are hurting there right now. Philadelphia hasn't played much in the preseason, which is a concern too. 1, they're healthy, but 2, Philadelphia's probably going to be rusty. Just like both Buffalo and the Rams at times were rusty last night. So I think the first games, period, are going to be a crapshoot because now the preseason is not just playing a little bit. Now it's you don't play at all. I remember back in the day, you would play a quarter or a half if you were a starter. Now, I think coaches, the NFL sent out a memo saying, don't even play your guys because it's more important to be healthy. But I just don't think the Lions are good enough to beat Philadelphia. I mean, they could because that's the NFL. Anything can happen. But I just think Philly's going to beat them by 5 or 6 points.
D-Mac, as you survey the scene, and look, we were all taking the hopium needle, man, all summer long. It looks like not only have we kicked it, there's withdrawal setting in now.
Well, I don't think it's withdrawal. I think it's going into the first game is that we broke it down and forget the fact that, when we did our preseason prognostication with the group chat, we were 15-2, but we all knew this was going to be a tough game coming out. The big thing is they got a running quarterback in Jalen Hurts. They got a good ground game, and last year they ran for over 200 yards against us. Have we improved enough to stop that? Well, I'm sure not let 200 yards, but again, that's an asset for them. You look at our offensive line. You're talking about moving guys around, and we've had injuries. I think there's just I think Terry's being positive to lose by 5 or 6 points or 1 touchdown score because
that's the NFL though.
No, you're right. No, you're right. But I don't see it a blowout like last year. But I think this could easily be a 30-14 game for Philadelphia. I don't have it'll be interesting to see, but I think that Philly wins by more than a score. But that's just right now because there's so many questions. The biggest question is, can we stop anybody in the second? Can we run with anybody in the secondary, plug those holes, or be better? And we'll have to wait and see. So the saving grace is that that who's ever in the lineup for our Lions is going to be out there and giving everything they got. Is it enough against this Philly team?
And here's the deal, too. And I see this in the chat thread. And Dark Eyes 86 says, Hutchinson could be the big difference maker. He's going right in. A lot like we saw with Sewell, that game against the 49ers, and you look over and there's Nick Bosa. There's Lane Johnson on that offensive line, who is one of the premier offensive linemen in the National Football League. You see what I'm saying, though, D-Mac? Like, for that crowd, for that camp that just think because he's a number 2 pick and because he's a high motor guy, it's as real as it gets. Boom, right out of the gate. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is real, D-Mac. Lane Johnson's over there. This offensive line carved the Lions up last year. Carved them up. That's like, this isn't like Hutchinson hate. I'm trying to get everybody prepared for this, Terry, in that there's one of the best in the league over there.
That's true. But
you're going in the fire now.
I guarantee you this. First half, Philadelphia, that vaunted offensive line, they're going to say, man, we carved these dudes last year. We got this. They're going to come in fat and sassy like we saw the Rams. They're not going to be this dominant offensive line. They'll be better. That's why the game is going to be close because I think, Philadelphia's like, man, we don't have to worry about these chumps. And then when it's time to decide the game, they'll decide the game.
To your point, Neal, this will be the 113th start or game for Lane Johnson, right? First for Aiden Hutchinson. Again, it goes along with the 17 games. It goes along with the clock and stuff like this. But you're looking for things, right? Now, to Terry's point, it's the NFL. Could they win? Could they cut? Yeah, it could happen. Just don't see it this week, just with what Philly's got. But, I mean, yeah, everybody's going down to see what we have. I think it's that the hope, right? The hope that it's different. And so...
Y'all going to the game?
No, I will be down in Florida.
Oh, isn't that?
Yeah.
Oh, you always somewhere. I thought you'd be in Argentina or something like that.
No, what do you got, Fish?
You want breaking news on a certain quarterback named Lamar Jackson?
Yes.
Okay, Adam Schefter. Lamar Jackson decided to turn down the Ravens' offer and bet on himself. He will now make $23 million this season and expected to be franchise tagged at the end of the season.
So there you have it.
Wow. Man, today's the day. He said today is the day.
Today is the day. So there you have that. Did they say what that number is looking like it will be next year? Because it's what the average of the top 5 at their position. So that's got to be north of $45 million.
Yeah, at least. I will look into that.
Yeah.
It's his last year on his contract as well.
Right. So yeah, $23 million next year. He gets franchise tag next year, so it's pushing between $45 and $50 million under the franchise tag. So there is all that. So that is a bit of breaking quarterback news. But it's and it is, and the people are saying it's with Hutchinson. My whole point of it is like, for all that we've talked about and everything like that, here comes the next test. And for what we point to and say, this is the future, this is how high our hopes are, because Aiden Hutchinson, the number 2 pick, very talented, the early returns are great, a motor guy that's going to get going. My point to that is there is a curve associated with that. And you're not going to walk in and dominate Lane Johnson. You're just not, D-Mac. You remember your first NHL game?
You have to scheme. You got to scheme them. You know what I mean? It's going to be as much as like the McNeils and the Harrises and everybody else giving it the team effort. He's going to find out. The good thing is that, aren't you comfortable about throwing this guy in? Like, it's like, go, kid. Throw him in the water.
because it's part of it, D-Mac. It's part of what we talked about. It's part of the clock. It's part of the $90 million in cap space in 2024. I know that we all want to run. I know that we just want to go out of the gates and we want to run and we got to sprint. But that's not this. That's not this team. That's not the situation. And I know we've been told that 100 times, but again, it goes back to it. And yes, I'm saying both things here. I'm saying that the Lions this season aren't there yet.
No.
But the Lions in 2023 and 2024, who, by the way, right now hold the number 1 pick in next April's draft, if you want to be specific, they do.
And then when they lose Sunday, they have the first 2 picks.
The first 2 picks in the NFL. You know what?
Look at you all positive today. Look at you guys breaking it down.
I may roll out the tanks in the streets a little early this year.
Whatever you do.
Are you on board with the tank now, Terry? Tank for number 1 and number 2.
Not yet. Come on, dude. Really? Stop it. Even you got to be kidding.
I'm just playing.
How about try to win some games and maybe get in the playoffs?
And I'm for that.
But that's not going to happen.
No, I am. I'm for that. Until you can't. Then I'm not for it anymore, Terry. I've been very clear about this.
And you know what? I agree with you.
And you know what? Like, if you're 1-4, if you're 1-5, to quote Drake, it's OVA. That's all I'm saying, Terry. Just keep it in the back of your mind.
Okay, Darren, I'm going to turn this man into a little piece of cream cheese.
You do whatever you do.
Well, don't tell Spence that. He hates
he doesn't
cream
like
cheese.
cream cheese.
Bagel, just not cheesecake.
If you had the first pick, what are you doing with it?
I have to see how things play out.
See there?
Bryce Young.
That's a wimpy answer. What he should have said, I'm getting my quarterback, finally.
Maybe if I have the first 2 picks, which if they lose this Sunday, depending on how they lose, they very well could. I'm kidding, everybody. I'm kidding. I'm just getting loose.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We got to fire the engines back up. It's an NFL game day weekend. Lions and Eagles.
Okay. Big game.
It is a big game. They're all big games. Speaking of Lions, Eagles, when we come back, we'll be joined by the Detroit Lions hometown hero. Those of you that will be rolling out to Ford Field, you will see our guest out on the field at Ford Field, and he's got an incredible story and one that I really am excited to tell. Really excited for everybody to experience, and we'll get to it when we come back after I tell you about Big Boy. For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries are at Big Boy. It's not just a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese burger is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The Bacon Blue. Look, you're going to get the burger, you got to get the fries. If you're going to get the fries, you got to upgrade those fries. Chili cheese fries. Baked potato fries, nacho fries. Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy. Burgers and fries.
You're an ugly guy, and that's okay because you've outkicked your coverage with your significant other. Well, that's good news for you. Their hotness and your notness could get you front row tickets. The Woodward Sports Network is giving you a chance to sit front row for the Detroit versus Washington football game. That's right. We're looking for the ugliest guy and the hottest girl. So fellas, come on. If you know you've outkicked your coverage, here's your chance. Post a pic of you and your superior-looking partner on Twitter or Instagram with hashtag Woodward Front Row. Follow us and tag at Woodward Sports. Hurry, because we'll be selecting a winner September 16th. We can't wait to see you. Well, her. From the network that always outkicks the competition, Woodward Sports.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Neal Ruhl here for Chili Peppers Tanning, where you can join the Pepper Club, get access to all the best deals. Chili Peppers Tanning will beat the competitors' prices by at least $5. Chili Peppers Tanning, the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, and the darkest tans. Go to chilipepperstanning.com. Find out which one of their 26 Metro Detroit locations work best for you. It's Chili Peppers Tanning, y'all.
Chili Peppers tan.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Terry Foster here with you. And I'm very happy and very proud to bring back a segment that a lot of you have said a lot of kind things about. And it's something we did last season. A lot of you that are going to Ford Field, and it is a sellout. They sold standing room tickets as well. You know about the Detroit Lions hometown hero, where they honor one of our very own in terms of the armed forces and their service to the state of Michigan, to our country, the United States of America, and they get they get a little bit of their flowers, and deservedly so. So we are proud to say that we're continuing that here on Big D Energy as we welcome in our very special guest. He is United States Army veteran Corporal Ira Brownridge Jr. He entered the U.S. Army in 1996 at the age of 18 after high school, completed infantry training at Fort Benning, Georgia. After graduation, he was assigned to Charlie Company, the 141st Infantry. He got out of the service in 1999 and made Michigan his home. And just a few years passed, and the events of 9/11 inspired him to return to service, and he found himself deployed with the Michigan Army National Guard's Echo Company, 4th Battalion, 125th Infantry out of Big Rapids, Michigan. And Ira, before we get into, what happened to you and during your service and everything like that, I'm always amazed by the mindset of, I read those words, 9/11 and the call to duty, and there were many out there like you. What was going through your mind? What made you make that decision?
To be honest, I actually didn't like my job.
Okay, well, that's fair.
But no, it's just it's one of them things that I just feel that rather than criticize, do something, and rather than just sit there and say I'm going to criticize this and that, let me see what was going on in Iraq and then I could at least have I have a reason to say something. But that was really just my main goal, is just to go back in. I had been deployed before in Bosnia, so it was a little different, but it was just, like I said, just being able to sit there and say, okay, I now know what's going on. I know what the soldiers is dealing with, what the people of Iraq is, going through. It's always better to have a first-hand experience, a look at it, things like that.
Well, I think not only did you get a first-hand experience, but you got, the full spectrum of experience and sacrifice and different things like that. I guess my big question is, sitting here in 2022 with everything that you've sort of gone through, and, you can get into, what happened to you and stuff like this, but being able to be here today, a lot of it, when talk to a lot of the veterans, it's sort of for your brethren that, you know, it hasn't made it. I guess it's like, when my big question to you is, as you sit here today, what's the one thing that maybe you're proud of? Because what you said is that you didn't just sit around and talk about it. You did something. So I know through the trials and tribulations of being in the hospital for a year, for, you know, all the different being shot.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you're here and you're full of life and you're full of, like, what, I guess being here today, what is something that you sort of learned in making that sacrifice over 20 years ago?
The thing I learned, if anything, was just to be appreciative of what I got. I mean, just even being here compared to what they have over there. So I just, not to take anything for granted. That's one of the biggest things. And then also just being able to understand, you got to take one day at a time, because going through recovery and everything, I was just like, I want to be back to where I was at. I want to be back. And I mean, even to this day, I'm still not at 100%, but like I said, it's, you know, I feel like I'm always improvement, or I'm learning how to do things in a different way.
Corporal Ira Brownridge Jr. joining us here. He is the Detroit Lions hometown hero for this week's game, the Eagles and the Lions at Ford Field. So I know a lot of you are going to be down there when this man comes out on the field, as everybody does. You'll give this guy a big round of applause. In the chat room on the YouTube chat thread, lighten up. Very appreciative of your service. But Ira, before we get into that and what happened to you when you were deployed, I want to circle back to that, where it amazes me. When you talk about, I wanted to know about it. I wanted to act. I wanted to be a man of action. It amazes me because everyone we have in that chair with the Detroit Lions hometown hero, they give off the exact same vibe that you do. Because for me, it's stunning, right? As a person, I've never served. I can't relate to that world. You guys are always so matter of fact all the time, but you know you are, and I get that's the training, and that's how you guys are built and everything like that. But you were just, the way you said that to me, it's giving me chills right now. The way that you said that, I wanted to be a man of action. I wanted to do something about it. And so you went and enlisted and went to battle. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not common, Ira. Like, in our society, that's not common. When we look around social media and stuff like that, we just want to talk about things. Well, that's easier. Like, where do you find the strength to, like, be a man of action?
To be honest, I mean, it's just what I grew up with. Like I said, I grew up big family, 3 sisters, billions of cousins, and one of the things I always felt that is we learned is to do something rather than criticize something. So I feel like, I mean, growing up in New York City, I mean, a lot of times you got to kind of learn certain things, especially in the 90s wasn't the greatest. So, but,
right.
It's just one of the things I just feel like it's something that was always, I think it's kind of in my family. That's, like I said, if we want to accomplish something, we just accomplish what we're trying to do. So
that's wild. You just go do it. You don't talk about it. You just go do it. That's really weird, Ira. You know,
you could talk about it. You could talk about it all you want. I mean, is it getting it done? Is the question. So
all right. So we do have to get to this. As we talked about, you were deployed in Iraq, September of 2006. You were there nearly 7 months.
Yeah.
On April 1st, while on a night patrol, your squad came under an ambush attack. Although you guys were able to push back the enemy and fight off the enemy, you were severely injured. You were shot in the head and medevaced out of the country. And you spent more than a year in Walter Reed Medical Hospital and Richmond recovering before being medical retired in 2008. And now you're continuing to serve Veteran Outreach Director for the veteran nonprofit team, RWB, which you have on your shirt right there. I don't know what this. You know, what do you say to that, man?
Here's what I'm in tears here. The one thing is that the fight is everything else, but talk about the recovery, because I think that the fact to fight back from being shot not only in the head, but so with that the severity of the injuries, but I think it's in recovery, and I think that with trying to reach out and connect everybody who's struggling. Mental illness, whatever it is, this is all part of it. Can you give something what was the burning fire in you right? Because you could have quit. So, coming back from getting shot in the head, or you're talking about a year in the hospital and stuff, can you give some insight to people that are struggling right now with what was it faith? Was it just that sheer determination? You're built differently, but I believe that everybody has that internal fire if they want to tap into it. Did you recognize, because you sitting here doing what you're doing for veterans today after should be dead more times than not to whatever, but you didn't let that define you?
No.
Can you talk about the recovery, because it had to be dark and you never not knowing, but yet you're here today, bro?
Well, honestly, it was a variety of different things. Faith here. Some of it was just, like I said, being able to have family I can talk to, friends and stuff like that, guys that I was in Iraq with. A lot of people, even families that was from the people in the unit, was able to, like I said, just keep up on me and show that they care. And then certain, like I said, organizations, in my case, Team RWB, it wasn't really just one thing. It was kind of multiple things over a couple of years. One of the things I really should say that you hit was mental health. Like I said, where I was feeling I was getting physically stronger, I honestly wasn't taking my mental health, because I was like, I'm going to bounce back. And I think that's the one that lingered for a couple of years, was when I finally was able to start taking into mental health. And I lucked out because I had, at the Veterans Hospital, I actually had a really good mental health specialist. And it really, it helped me. And then, like I said, having my family not try to diagnose me, but tell me, hey, there's something not right about you. You need to talk to someone. And that really helped me out a lot. And like I said, just friends, family, friends of families, and veterans families. It was a combination of it. So that's the reason why it was like, well, how could I share my story, and how could I pass it forward? Because, like I said, it wasn't just one day. It was probably 3-4 years of a lot of it.
Corporal Ira Brownridge joining us here on Big D Energy. He's a Detroit Lions hometown hero. You will see him on the field at Ford Field, sellout crowd against the Philadelphia Eagles, but it's about more than football, certainly, no doubt about that. For your dedicated service to our nation, you received the Army Commendation Medal, the Army Good Conduct Medal, the Combat Infantryman's, there you go, easy for me to say, badge, and for his sacrifice, the United States Purple Heart as well. And Ira, before we let you go here, tell us about Team RWB. What do you guys do? And let everybody know.
Okay, well, Team RWB was founded in 2010, I believe it was, and basically our mission was to enrich the lives of veterans through physical and social events such as running, walking, just trivia, things like that. Just trying to, when I explain it, I like to explain that we basically try to build a community between the veterans and civilians, so we're one community rather than just having the veteran community.
Absolutely.
And
engagement.
Yeah.
Just
so
keeping people
engagement
engaged.
is one of the biggest things about it. So that's one of the things that really drew me to it, is how much, like I said, you realize that mental health is not just a veteran thing, it's also a civilian thing. So it comes back both ways, and that's really what keeps me still being part of Team RWB. And like I said, there's a lot of great organizations. One of the things that I've learned from RWB is also tell veterans, if you ain't got an RWB chapter by you, there's always, regardless of what state you are, there's always going to be something that helps. Now, technically, we're not a mental health area, but a lot of people actually realize that it helps them in a mental health aspect. For me, it got me to be more out, and rather than sitting at home drinking, it actually helped me be more physically active and actually getting myself in better shape and being more healthy.
Well, Corporal, I speak for a lot of us here. YouTube chat threads lighten up. A big thank you for your service, and that's all we can say, man. Is thank you so much for what you've done, what you're continuing to do as well, and everybody from Ypsilanti, Michigan. He is Corporal Ira Brownridge Jr. Give him that applause, because it's definitely deserved at Ford Field on Sunday.
What do you got, Spence?
They were asking in the YouTube chat thread, is there a way they can donate to RWB?
Yes, you can go to the organization www.teamrwb.org, and from there you can join. It's free to join, so it doesn't cost a thing. All you do is put in your information. You like if you're a veteran, you don't have to worry about putting your DD-214 or anything. It's really easy, and like I said, it'll basically locate the closest chapter to you through your zip code.
TeamRWB.org. Ira, appreciate your time, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
All right, absolutely.
Continued success, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, just an incredible story, and glad, and a big thank you to Ronnie Cyrus and the Detroit Lions for setting all that up. It's an honor to have that every single week of the season that the Lions have a home game. We do it, as you know. Hey, Woodward Sports is giving you a chance to sit front row for the Detroit versus Washington football game. That's right. We're looking for the ugliest guy that has the hottest girl. So, fellas, if there's anybody you know that outkicked your coverage, here's your chance. Post a pic and your superior-looking partner on Twitter or Instagram with the hashtag Woodward Front Row. That's hashtag Woodward Front Row. If you've really outkicked your coverage, hashtag Woodward Front Row. Follow us and tag at Woodward Sports. Hurry, because we'll be selecting a winner September 16th. So if you've outkicked your coverage with your significant other, outkick your coverage with your seats at the Lions game as well. This is Woodward Sports.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risks, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Hey, it's Scott from the Woodward Bet Show. Hey, just count my fun coupons from that winner I gave you last night, but that's okay. That's what we do over there at Woodward Bets at 4:30 at the Woodward Bets YouTube page. But hey, listen, you guys got to get over that app store and download oddstrader.com. It's got live scoring, play-by-play updates, and the best place to check all the odds of sports books right in the palm of your hand. But hey, let's get back to them fun coupons. That's what we like, winners. Listen, not much going on here on Friday, but let me get you a little head start for the weekend. All you Sparty fans, let's roll. Let's go with the Spartans this weekend. Akron, they took it real tough to St. Francis big powerhouse and took them to overtime. Sparties are going to roll them. Oddstrader.com. Woodward Bets. Check it out.
What's up, guys? You interested in expanding your career and making a difference in your community? Well, the Academy of Warren is for you professionals that have a passion for working with students in the kindergarten to 8th grade department and more. So for more information on the Academy of Warren, give them a call today. 586-552-8010. Go to academyofwarren.net. Hashtag we are AOW.
Back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Uncle T, Terry Foster here in the house as well. Remember, it's a choose-your-own adventure coming up at the end of the show. When we get to the second hour, Terry will give you 2 strip club stories to choose from.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right.
He'll give you the premise of the 2 stories. We'll put it up in the YouTube chat poll. You guys get what you... A lot like the books you read your kids at night, but a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? The choose your own adventure.
Not PG-13.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to have to pretend to be Huel Perkins while I'm telling the stories.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. But again, big thank you. Big thank you to Ira Brownridge Jr., Corporal Ira Brownridge Jr., and a lot of you certainly appreciative of his story. Drew Hunt, this dude is awesome. Coquet says Ira for new Lions assistant coach, and lots of claps and things like that. And
you know what I told Ira before he left?
What's that?
I said, when they try to give you a uniform or some headbands or something like that, say, no, I want money.
There you go. Javen Taylor, true hero as well. And, and look, guys, I know there were a couple of you, like, in the chat and the stuff like that with the sports and stuff, what about sports and stuff. he's being honored at the Lions game, man, and it's bigger than that sometimes. And we're always gonna. I'm gonna do this all the time. So I'm sorry.
Well, see you later. Just go somewhere else.
I'm sorry, man. I'm doing that because those stories need to be told. They're going to be told on Sunday at the Lions game, man. So whatever.
Is somebody upset about that?
But there's always going to be a couple.
Yeah, there's always
going to be a couple, man. And that's fine.
You got to ignore clowns. You got to learn to do that.
No, it's fine. Like, it's fine. Just tap back in. Here we go. We're going to talk some Michigan football. Why not, right?
JJ's back.
My team is in town. The Hawaii Rainbow Warriors.
That's right.
It's not been looking so good.
No.
But I will say this. I'll give it now. Since we're talking about it, I'll give it now. One of the get-rights. I'm telling you guys, take Hawaii and the 52.5 that it's up to right now.
Yeah.
Here's my rationale for it. 52.5. Number one, that's 7 touchdowns and a field goal, and you're still a winner. Okay? That's number one. Number two, I've watched every minute of Hawaii football.
Hell yeah.
Because that's how I roll. When they play on the island, I watch it.
That's scary. I thought they couldn't play on the island. They don't have a stadium.
They built a little football complex. So the backstory to that is Aloha Stadium, where they used to play the Pro Bowl.
It's been condemned.
It's been condemned. So what they're going to do is they're going to knock that down and build a new stadium. So in the meantime, they have like a temporary
is that what it
football
is? Okay.
complex.
Yeah, it's like a high school stadium.
Yeah, it's like a 10,000 seat. They're going to add some seats to it or whatever. But here's the deal. And this has nothing to do with Michigan and match. When it's a 52.5 point spread, D-Mac, you're not breaking down matchups and stuff like that. You're picking these games based on philosophy.
My question to you, can Hawaii score 14 points?
Yes. They have shown the ability to move the football. There are elements of the run and shoot that Timmy Chang, because he was one of the most all-time decorated passers in the history of the NCAA. Slinging it. He has incorporated elements of that. They have moved the football. They have had times where they've looked all right on defense. What's gotten them are pick sixes and fumble sixes. They've had multiple of them in both games this year. The law of averages suggests that won't happen again. Multiple 6-point turnovers, T-Foss, in a game. Come on.
I hear you.
I don't see it. They can move the football. They're capable. It's a gimmicky. It's almost like a pass-based option. You know what they say in college teams when they run the triple option when you got to play Army and Air Force and that? Well, they always say it's tough to prepare for, right? Quick hitters, stuff like that. Yes, D-Mac. Hawaii can get to 14. Yes.
Well, and that could, and what I would say, Michigan to 66. That's the
then Michigan can score 66 and you still win.
Right.
And I think there's a bit of an overreaction in the business community to Hawaii's efforts, parlayed with the fact I believe there's a Michigan tax.
So what should the line be? 45?
Yeah, 42. But I was thinking that probably 42. I mean, and how often do you get a perceived 10 points of value in a line? How often? It doesn't come around very often. I think there's butter on both sides of this bread, T-Foss.
Okay, can I be rude for a second?
Sure, absolutely.
Why would you stop?
I know you're very sincere, and I know you watch your, not even West Coast football,
Rainbow Warriors.
in the middle of the Pacific. Why does Hawaii even have a football team?
Because they're incredible.
They're Division I college. What do you mean, why?
But they don't care out there. We don't see them play.
I watch them all the time.
You're the only one who watches them play. Because there's something wrong with you.
No. Spence, you're aware of the community that engages in Hawaii football. D-Mac, you're aware of the
strange community.
The segment of community that engages in Hawaii football.
Absolutely,
they're out there.
The bailouts. So you know what? Whether you like it or not, you're gonna have to, for your benefit, listen to Neal on his get right. Usually, this.
I'm standing behind this one. Yes.
This is because it's early, or maybe people aren't.
Now, yeah.
As the bailout, this was the bailout game at the end. So you're not getting the credence, but you do for 100% out of any team you follow. Finger on the pulse of Hawaii. Yeah, and people are gun shy, as it says, because you've given out Hawaii earlier, and they got burned on the week 0. But I tell them week 0 times 0 equals 0, so that doesn't really count.
All I would say is 18-7, documented by the Ministry of Accountability.
That's it. It's true.
Does Rainbow Warrior Nation have enough gusto to feed Michigan players like bad poi so they're not healthy for the game.
I don't know that they're breaking bread together. I saw Hawaii was practicing at like some local high school. They did come in. Yeah. They came in yesterday. They flew in yesterday.
Direct flight, or whether they one or two?
They're
stopper?
Division I football team. Yeah, they charter fly. Okay. Hawaiian Airlines, a proud partner of Hawaii Rainbow Warriors football.
Yup. How do you not?
T-Foss, you're not getting this breakdown anywhere else.
No, you're
not. We know Michigan.
I know, but Hawaii football, when they're playing on Hawaii, there's got to be a crowd of 500 to 600 people across the continental United States watching those games.
There was like 7,000 last week, wasn't there, Neal?
Now, I'm talking about watching on TV.
Oh. He might be right there.
And 7,000 doesn't impress me.
Well, and look, here, and let me address this here. And I'm being called, Jensen Phillips says, spread definitely too high, but Homer, Hawaii, Neal, not a chance. They get to 14, LMAO. Yes, there is, because there are, I know that we're very geocentric with what goes on here. Hawaii's trying to figure out their quarterback position, too. So they're getting looks at different people as they play. They got a Washington State transfer that's in, Nick Rolovich, former Hawaii quarterback as well, that was a head coach at Washington State. They're trying to figure some things out too, Terry. They're looking at every possession of the game as something that they need to take advantage of, especially the quarterback that comes in the game, Terry. So you have to look at it from that perspective too. Michigan's not the only team in the world trying to figure stuff out. There are other teams as well.
Yeah, but we don't care about the other teams. Who cares what they're doing in Hawaii?
You do if you got Hawaii plus 52.5, you care.
Okay, so the only reason I would care about this game is if I have money on it.
Right.
See, this is what's wrong with college football. All your little teams out there in the middle of the Pacific Ocean stink. Hawaii has absolutely no chance of keeping this game close, let alone winning it. They can't keep this game within 4 touchdowns.
Correct.
What's the point of even watching some garbage like this?
Hawaii plus 52.5.
You know what my interest is? J.J. McCarthy. How's he going to play?
To that.
That's the only thing. It's the only thing I care about.
We're going to get to that, T-Foss. It's a 2-hour show.
Okay. I'm just saying it's the only thing I care about.
We have 14-minute segments.
Okay.
We're going to get there. We're going to land the plane. Don't worry.
But that's what's wrong with college football. You're not watching this game to see who's going to win and watch a competitive game. You're there to watch who's going to be Michigan's next quarterback. You're there to see how many points Michigan can score.
See, and that's the attitude. That's the attitude right there.
But you have to, who cares why you watch? Everybody watches for different reasons.
And there is a faction.
UFC to see somebody get knocked up.
And there is a faction, a growing faction, a large faction of people that will have Hawaii minus a 52.5.
To watch
You'll
the
watch
number,
at the end,
the clock, and to see where it's at.
You're the one that's going to egg these people on. A guy's got a nice $500 or $400 in his pocket. Now he's going to listen to Neal. He's going to put that on Hawaii.
And guess what?
And lose his money.
18 out of 25 times, he's won. That's not my opinion, Terry.
Not with Hawaii, Michigan. He hasn't won yet.
Would Alabama put 100 up on Hawaii?
Yes. 100%.
Could they or would they? Because there's two different. Michigan could put 100 on them.
Okay.
But will they? No. And Hawaii will get to 14.
Alabama would.
No, Alabama's not like. Saban's not like that, man. He's not.
He's putting 70 on teams before.
Yeah, like Furman and stuff like that.
They shouldn't play Furman.
Yeah,
why do you want to see? No. This isn't, brother. Why do you want to see Alabama Furman?
I don't.
If I'm Nick Saban or if I'm a fan?
If you're a fan.
If I'm a fan, I don't.
Why do you want to see?
You know what though? Yes, I do, because I paid for the ticket, because I bought season tickets, because it's the only way you can get tickets to Alabama
well, I didn't
football.
buy season tickets for Alabama.
Terry, the same reason that their softball games are sellouts at Alabama, because when you buy football tickets, you're obligated to buy softball season tickets too to get the football tickets.
Do you really own Alabama season tickets?
No, I do not.
Okay then. So I don't know why you brought that up.
So you can't get
I'm talking about
tickets at Alabama?
At your palatial palace with your 5 furnaces in there, why do you sit down and watch Alabama Furman in your man's room?
Because he had a bet on it.
It depends.
Because he wanted to see if Furman could keep
What's
it within
What's the number
70.
in the Furman game? Hey, I'll tell you guys the number at Planet Fitness, all right? $10 a month. That's the number at Planet Fitness. That gets you access to your home, Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. $10 a month. Access to your home club. It's pretty simple. If you're a big baller and a shot caller, $24.99 a month. The Black Card. You basically own Planet Fitness with the Planet Fitness Black Card. Access to over 2,000 Planet Fit-9 around the world. Unlimited guest privileges. I'll be getting it in at the one tomorrow in Deerfield Beach, Florida. You know that, D-Mac. You know that's how I'll be rolling out down there. The hydro massage, all of it. All the amenities, all included with the Black Card as well. Join today in club. You're going to pass a couple on the way home. Get on that computer and go to planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Where your fitness is essential.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
At Alta, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. You have a bog project coming up, Alta Rent has you covered. So give them a call today, 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA.
Second hour of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Terry Foster, Fish in for Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter as well. Happy to have you all along for the ride. And, you know, it's one of those things. Cocaine in the YouTube chat thread, by the way, Terry, says Hawaii's throwback uniforms are elite. We got to give people time to marinate real quick before we get into the whole great Jim Harbaugh setup. That is the Michigan quarterback situation. Story time with Terry Foster. Choose your own adventure. He will give you the premise of two different stories. We'll put it in the YouTube chat thread. You choose one. That's the story you get. The floor is yours. Terrence Foster.
Okay, thank you. Story one is my interaction with the Michigan football team at a strip club.
That's winning. That's winning for sure.
That's
fun?
Enough right there.
That's it.
Next.
Well, that's one. And then the other one is when the stripper called me Mr. Foster.
Oh, boy.
Can I give just a quick reaction?
Sure.
Can I give just a quick overall initial reaction to that? I know which one will win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the Michigan football one will win.
Yeah.
But make no mistake, the one that has a better chance of greatness
Mr. Foster
is a stripper calling Terry Mr. Foster.
And here's the whole thing, right? Because it would seem apropos, but I'm sure regardless of what is chosen, we will eventually hear both stories.
That is true.
So what I'm saying is feel free. We're going to talk Michigan. It seems like it's going to go there, obviously. But they're both very interesting. I like this. The selection, right, in this, it's tough. It's a tough selection because there's going to be payoff at both ends.
CJ Schneider says it very well. The last one is quite mysterious, Terry, and I agree.
It is mysterious.
The possibilities are endless, and that excites me.
That's why I kept it short, fella.
I voted for Mr. Foster. I'm not going to lie. Oh, shocking turn of events so far.
Mr. Foster's
Stripper
up.
calls him Mr. Foster, 52% of the vote.
That's just early
projections.
Early projection stat. Let's just let it.
How many of the precincts are reporting, though?
What?
Only 3 of the 100 precincts are reporting.
That's right. That's right.
So don't get excited.
Paul Thomas, T-Foss, you said you wanted to avoid getting herpes. Well, not at that time. That was a different time for us all.
Yes, today. I'm a mature gentleman.
Today, he wants to avoid.
They didn't have herpes back then.
No, they did. They had something going on around there.
I'm sure they did. There's always something going around.
Well, it started with a T.
The clap?
the
clap?
the gonorrhea? The chlamydia?
Rich Diana says, Mr. Dick Foster.
Richard, please.
Goes by Richard in the street.
Yeah, Richard, please.
Yes.
Jeremy Anderson, Neal with the reverse psychology. No, there's no reverse psychology. It's up to you guys. Whichever one intrigues you more, feel free to fire off a vote for it. It's neck and neck. This one's going to come down to the end, and I can't wait for it. Something that I don't think is going to come down to the end. The Michigan quarterback race. We're going to see part 2 of this charade. And for me, guys, what I just don't understand, because, and this is what gave me hesitation about the one half of the get right with Hawaii. You know that J.J. McCarthy is being set up for success here, Terry.
Yes, sir.
Jim Harbaugh wants him to go out there and spin it. He's going to be out there. He's going to be tossing it, which is another thing, Darren. Watch the interception. Watch a bad throw. And something when you're trying to cover 52.5 hurts because it costs you 5 minutes when something like that happens.
Well, in order to cover 52, you got to roll, don't you? You know, in all aspects. You need 2 or 3 defensive turnovers and
you need something.
You need a bunch of things to go well. When you look at this game, it's not about the end result, about winning or not. It's about the execution. There's so much more on the line. This is J.J. McCarthy, in my opinion. This is his sort of, Harbaugh's put him in this spot and going, if it's yours, you got to take it right now. So you think that the game plan set up more to what I was talking about with this Michigan offense, how it looks to me that there is a little bit more offensive weapons. I love the fact Ronnie Bell's back. It's just they need to distribute the ball. So I think that what they're going to try to establish early is getting the ball out to a lot of the playmakers and showing, J.J. McCarthy can do it with his legs, but also putting him in. This is a game where you have to put him in good situations to execute, right, Neal? You don't want anything to happen. The worst thing that comes out is that he throws a pick for a fumble in the first half or whatever, first quarter, first possession, stuff like this. For me, I know he can throw it. For me, I think he's got the talent there. The question for me is, can he protect the ball? Right?
Because that's the knock, right? Like if
that's
there's a
the
knock.
So it's baby steps, you've got to start with Hawaii and protect the ball against Hawaii and do everything. Like I agree with what you said.
Fellas,
for him to succeed.
Stop pretending that this is a debate.
That's what it comes to. The decision's been made.
Has already been made.
It has been made. You're right.
And you will definitely know that if you see Michigan slinging the ball up the field in the first quarter.
Don't you expect that?
Do you expect
That's because they want the man to win the job.
No, I agree. But are we all? We're all in agreement that
it's not even that they want the man to win the job, Terry. They want the approval of the constituents.
True. That's why this is a public.
This is a Broadway show.
That's why they did it this way. It's for all of us to go see. Oh yeah, at the end of the day, coming out of this game,
look at how sexy that is.
Everybody, 90% of the fan base going JJ. Oh yeah,
or
we knew it.
If I was saying KKK, then I look there and say, change my mind.
Right. Exactly.
That's what they want.
Exactly.
It is. This has Broadway show elements to it. It's wicked. You need somebody with a green face. Like to me, that's what this is. This is a big show, a production. Am I off base with this or no?
No, you're absolutely not.
Or am I
the only way you're off base is if they have JJ throwing screen passes and running the ball. That's not going to happen.
If they have a game plan, right, like for Cade. Right, we agree that the game plan offensively for Cade, protect the ball, dink and dunk, those throws. Whereas opposed to JJ to air it out, it's a different game plan. right?
True, but that's not what the people want to see. They don't want to see Cade checking it down.
No, they want to see JJ and JJ's game plan with Michigan letting them loose and, using all the talent, correct?
Correct.
And that's when all of the Cade lovers see this will go, okay, I guess Jim's right. It should be JJ.
That's what's happening, my brother.
Exactly, 100%. I agree, 1,000,000%.
But here's my thing about it, guys. Why are we going through all this? Because I'm in agreement with you, Terry. I think this decision has been made, will be made, and when he goes to the media, and look, I get how it works. I work in sports. You worked in sports a long time. Darren played sports. He can give it to you. What you say isn't necessarily. I don't want to say you're lying, but you're not telling the full story at times. Is that fair?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. It's yeah. You don't give out the whole truth.
Right. You give out parts of the truth.
Sliver of it, which you can lead into your story to that you did not lie, but you didn't give the whole truth.
You didn't give the whole truth, and that's what we.
Sort of
that's
like
the
being
world.
married.
Yeah. Bingo. It's the exact same thing. But that's the world that we live in. I mean, in our lives every day, in the media, in sports, all of it. My only thing is, like, when I hear Jim Harbaugh say, what was the line? I've tilled the earth on this decision or something like that.
It's biblical.
It's biblical. When I hear that, he goes, if only there were a way to name a starter. But there is a way.
Yeah,
You're the coach. You say... My starter is J.J. McCarthy, or my starter is Cade McNamara, and it's done. Like, go be the coach. That's and this comes back to it. And go ahead, guys. Here, crack your knuckles and get ready to go on the keyboards here on the YouTube chat. Everybody get loose because I'm going to give you what you want, right? They say that's you come back for the hate and stuff like that. Here's the thing. That's what's different about it. Do you think? And you go back to Nick Saban, right? Because that's you're going to swim in those national championship waters. Do you think that Jim Harbaugh would pull Jalen Hurts and put in Tua in a national championship game?
Not a chance.
Do you think that, Terry?
No, hell no.
Hell no.
Hell to the no.
He won't even pick a starter now when it's not raining outside and the weather's warm. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the conditions are right and he won't do it now. To me, this goes back to a bigger problem. To me, this goes back to one of the reasons that they're not on that level, man. That's just how I feel. I'm paid to tell you how I feel. That's how I feel.
Junior varsity.
Well, that's the whole thing, right? Are the elite coaches around the league? Is Nick Saban? Is he not making? You nailed it right there.
Kirby Smart had the same issue last year.
You not want your head coach to be a head coach, right? And to me, it's playing out, like you said, like a Broadway play.
Yeah, but even Goober Pyle wouldn't do this. Jim Harbaugh is a very strange guy. He does things by his own way. And guess what? If it works, it starts working, then there's going to be more coaches doing things, shall we say, oddly. But so far, it hasn't worked. He's just another coach. We don't respect him like we would Nick Saban or Kirby Smart.
But look around, and I'm giving facts. Like people in the YouTube chat thread, Chuck rolls eyes. Like, hate whatever you want to say. Look around. Look at the contemporaries.
Roll your eyes,
Kirby Smart did this last year. Who'd he pick?
Right, Stetson Bennett.
He had 5 stars at his disposal. He said, "I'm rolling with Stetson Bennett." They won the national title.
Doubled down on it this year.
And brought him back again.
Doubled down. Said, "Hey, thanks for getting us there."
And we're going to see about Dabo Swinney because I think it's become pretty apparent what he needs to do. We'll see if he makes that move.
But again, you're talking about coaches making decisions. They're making decisions.
Right.
This feels like it's going to be the decision, sort of the acceptance by the masses. This seems like more back of ancient Rome or something in the, something where it's looking at the approval of all the people before moving forward. But it's set for success.
Maybe Kirby Smart has a check down Charlie too, but his check down Charlie is better.
Yeah.
Than Cade McNamara. That could be something else too.
Right, but there's only one option as far as Lions coverage goes, right? Right, Fish?
Right, Fish?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely there is. Lions game day everywhere. It's here! Yay! Lions football is back. Woodward Sports is also here for the biggest game day party in Detroit history. At the Brass... Yes, history, Spencer. At the Brass Rail this weekend. We go live with our pregame show with Ermanni, Edwards, and Maz. You know the crew. They're here from 2 to 4 today. They're also from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Sunday. Then enjoy a tailgate-style brunch while you watch the football game. Maybe you're a fan of the Browns, or other teams, you can watch them as well while you watch the Lions win against the Eagles. How do you not? Stay after for the post-game show with Stick and Anson, and also look out for Mr. Spencer and Easy as they are crushing and crashing some tailgates on Sunday. So maybe if you're out there, look out for the heavyweights. You'll see them out there. DJs, drink specials, giveaways, and the biggest Lions party in Detroit is here this Sunday.
In the history.
History.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney.
Hey.
Chief Academic Officer, Academy of Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new field house. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, learning street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Holton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries, what will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
Neal Ruhl here for Gypsy Vodka and, of course, the Mulligan, which is made with Gypsy Vodka. It's the official drink of summer. You still got time if you haven't tried it yet. I'm sure all of you have, but maybe there's one or two of you that haven't. It's a banger. Let's just say it like that. It's the Mulligan made with Gypsy Vodka. If you're on the golf course, if you're out in the backyard, the Mulligan is calling your name. Now, guys, it's 8%, as you can see if you're watching on the YouTube Woodward Sports channel, which you need to subscribe to. It's 8%. Okay? So act accordingly. Let's get a game plan together. But the taste is phenomenal. They are perfect on these warm. And by the way, September, man, doesn't get the credit it deserves as far as weather goes. And you can take advantage of it with the Mulligan made with Gypsy Vodka. Ask for the Mulligan at your local golf course or go to a Total Wine store near you. It's from the fine folks at Gypsy Vodka. As always, drink responsibly. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, wrapping up this Michigan quarterback discussion. And, you know, they're getting the hater and all that kind of stuff because, you know, I said Jim Harbaugh didn't make a decision. All the other coaches that win make decisions. Terry, am I being fair? Am I being unfair, I guess?
I'm going to chronicle it as fair.
Okay. But he went to a Super Bowl. He won at Stanford with with a great college quarterback in Andrew Luck.
Sure.
So take that into account too. Am I being unfair?
Once again, I'm chronicling it as fair.
Oh, D-Mac, am I being unfair here? Because that's what I'm being accused of.
No, I don't think you're being unfair. I think that
I'm just stating facts.
Well, I mean, but you're doing it. It's your tone again.
No, stop, D-Mac. Come on, man. You push that easy button all the time.
I know where you're coming from, but it's sort of like it's the way. Here's the question, right? Can we agree, Terry, that come Monday after this game or something, like you will know either direction one way or the other, or feel confident, or do you still think that as a Michigan fan or whatever, there's still going to be this Cade, JJ, I want him, I want that?
I think most of us will know. Harbaugh won't tell us by Monday. He'll wait and we won't know, and then we'll speculate.
And you know what nobody's taken into consideration that I've heard is talking to these. I mean, they've talked to these two guys, and you've heard Cade come out and go, "Well, I didn't know that." Like, what's the mental confusion that it's causing between your two quarterbacks? Because you're playing yo-yo with this, and they're younger kids. And I know, okay, Cade has some experience, JJ in this, but still, like, where's their mentality? Because you got to remember, they're still young adults, right? So the development to understand, like. What I heard Cade McNamara come out. It was like he's doing an interview like he was more like in shock.
There's not a unified front.
Right. It's not like the two of them are saying, "Hey, the three of us are in whatever coach wants," and then
Best man
it's
will
A,
win,
B.
yeah.
It's like starting goalie, backup goalie when both of them can be. It's you're not. The situation this year with the two goaltenders in Detroit with Husso and Nedeljkovic, well, they're going to be on the same page no matter who's playing. You're going to see some symmetry. I don't find that here. And to Terry's point, Harbaugh doesn't allow that, so on Monday, no matter what we think we know, he ain't going to tell us anyways. Right? It could revert back, and I just think it's that for the Michigan fan base, they don't need this distraction or this confusion. They got to go one way or the other.
Well, JJ is telling us whatever coach decides, I'm fine with it. Because he probably knows he's going to be the guy.
Right, exactly. I get it. I just think that the longer this goes, and to your point, like Terry's point, it's not about the play on the field. I think JJ is going to be successful. I think they're going to set it up for him to be successful. It's come Monday when we all think JJ's the guy, and then Harbaugh comes out and says, I'm not sure yet. Cade's going to start next week.
Yeah. Roaring 87 says, "What's up, Woodward family? I'm glad to have you guys this morning on in my office speakers. It makes my day go by faster. P.S. Dan Campbell won't tank. Go Lions." Well, I know that, but I can still root for it if things go south. That's all I'm saying. And right now, the Lions have the number 1 overall pick in the draft.
That is true. When they lose Sunday, they'll have number 1 and number 2.
Number 1 and number 2. And now we're cooking, T-Foss.
Absolutely.
Now we're absolutely cooking.
Still too early to tank.
It is. Make sure you vote in our YouTube chat poll. Story time with Uncle Terry on a Friday. Last 10 minutes of the show, he'll tell the story. It is neck and neck. 2 strip club stories. The time Terry ran into the Michigan Football Club at the strip club.
No, I didn't run into him. I took him there. Wasn't no running to.
Uh-oh.
Some of them got in my car. We met some other fellas down there. We had a good time.
The time Terry took some of the Michigan football team to the strip
That
club.
one just got even better.
Yeah. Now I'm swayed. The other is a stripper calls him Mr. Foster, which is so
It's
mysterious.
like Mr. Foster.
That's so mysterious. Cocaine, when you have 2 QBs, you have no quarterbacks. I agree with you, D-Mac. Ransom says you earn your playing time. Stop it. May the best man win. I don't think that it's it. And I think it was Chuck Brewer that said, I just hope that we're done with this on Monday. You, in your heart, Terry, do you think this is over on Monday? No. I don't.
Absolutely not.
No, that's
then what's the point of this?
Dude, right there is the hardest part to understand, because Terry nailed it. Doesn't matter what we think. That's the question, is that Harbaugh won't tell us. And that's the frustration.
I think he will by Friday. He'll tell us by Friday.
Why? What
Hey,
changes?
dude.
What's different?
He's a weirdo.
He is a weirdo.
Don't be a
everybody
hater.
waiting.
Don't be a hater, Terry.
I'm stating facts, Neal.
Terry, don't be a hater.
He is a weirdo.
He is weird. He's a weird guy.
Terrible interviewer.
Interviewee.
Interviewee.
Yeah, I mean, it's uncomfortable to listen to him talk.
It is.
I'm sorry, it is.
Mel Tucker's cool as hell.
By the way,
Just saying.
YouTube
No
chat
way.
poll 50-50 right now. Wow,
Oh,
it is.
man.
It's going to come down to the stretch. Real quickly, Michigan State Akron this week. I think it's pretty simple for Michigan State, Spence, in that, come out, lay a hammer down.
That's exactly what
Move
they're
on.
going to do. Yeah, we have
It's very
some
cut and dry.
rumblings from our Michigan State insider. We have a guy really close to the programs, and he was saying that Peyton Thorne is looking to set the single-season touchdown record this week against Akron. And Jalen Berger said in the last game, if they let him, he could have gone for 200-plus yards against Western.
But once again, this is a game. You could give me free tickets to Michigan State Akron. I wouldn't go. Who cares?
You wouldn't go to either, and to be fair, you wouldn't go to either game, right, Terry?
No. I'd walk right by him.
And go to the CMU. Are they at home this weekend?
They have CMU's playing a very fine Bradley team, I believe.
Bradley?
Right.
With Hersey Hawkins?
No, not Bradley. No, it's something with a B. Bedlam or Bula. I got to check the schedule.
Wow.
Central
They're
Michigan
playing a bad
schedule.
team, too.
What's the spread on that one, Terry?
We don't have a spread.
Are you offering to get right?
No. I don't mess with CMU football.
You should, man. It's fun. They covered against Oklahoma State. Remember that, D-Mac?
They did.
They were down, 55 to 15 or something like that?
But, those were junk points. The game had been decided, so you made it look respectable. What?
Tell that to some of the folks, that they're, quote, junk points.
South Alabama Jaguars, and their favored, CMU's favored by -5.
Oh.
I think they can handle that.
Is that a Terry Foster get-right special?
No, I don't mess with CMU football, I'm telling you.
D-Mac, you can tell he's fighting. He wants to give that one out.
No, I don't. You don't understand. I don't do CMU football as far as betting.
Why don't you give us CMU football? You're from there.
Because I just go there, watch them, and
fire
up
home. Chips.
Aren't you going to 2 games this year?
I'm going to 2 games.
Okay.
We got a new segment we're gonna do that's football based called the Nickle Package. One pro, one college. When we come back, we're gonna get into that. Spencer will help us out with that. Let me tell you about the Sports Marketing Agency. They help spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their podcast is called This Is the F Word. It spreads awareness about fentanyl and the other addictions that are running rampant in our communities as we speak. Go to thesportsma.com if you're struggling. If you know somebody who's struggling, help them out. Go to thesportsma.com, the Sports Marketing Agency. They're here to help.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Detroit's downtown summer playground is back. Open all summer long, the Monroe Street Midway. Enjoy roller skating, free Wi-Fi, food trucks, art installations, and so much more. Don't forget to take advantage of the basketball court, putt-putt, and, of course, family programming all summer long. All art installations are done by Detroit artists, and it's a fun, safe event from people 1 to 100. Go to deckedoutdetroit.com.
What's going on, everybody? It's Spencer for the Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck. You know it, you've heard of it. It's the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play. You can stay there open until close, have a good time. They also have private lane reservation, $120, 10 to 12 people. You get your own lane. You can stay there as long as you want. You can bring in any type of food you want. If you get thirsty, they have a $2 mystery beer vending machine. You pop in $2, pops you out a good beer, no hassle, no fuss needed. If you know what you want or you want to make a decision, there are multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foalingwarehouse.com. Again, that is foalingwarehouse.com.
Coming down the stretch, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network on a Friday. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Terry Foster in the house. Fish in for Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter as well. We have an update, story time with Uncle Terry Foster. Poll, Michigan football team at the strip club with Terry, now 53%. That little nugget you sprinkled on there has changed the game. And we will wrap that poll up at the end of the next segment. And in the final 10 minutes of the show, Terry will tell that story. And everyone wins, Darren McCarty. That's what we know.
Everybody wins. Can't wait.
Whatever the results of the poll are, there are no losers.
There
because
are
we
no losers. That's how we do it around here.
We are the winners. New segment here that we want to do with football. Spencer Raxter kind of spearhead this one. We call it the Nickle Package. We got one professional, one college. We'll roll the NFL one first. Spencer Raxter hits us with 5 questions, hence the Nickle Package.
Yes.
We just kind of go around the room, give responses to it, and cut it up about football. What do you got, Spence?
Okay, so NFL Nickle Package. We're going to start with the professionals here. Number 1 question, first off the bat, who can go from worst to first this year? As you guys know, it's happened like 19 straight seasons or something like that. A team has gone worst to first. Your options are the Detroit Lions, the Baltimore Ravens, or the Denver Broncos. Who can go worst to first this year?
Where's the best one in there?
The Ravens.
The Ravens.
No question about it. Lamar Jackson, I think, is going to be salty, obviously. He couldn't get this contract done. I think that And it's the Ravens. Like, default's the Ravens because I know it can't be the Lions, and I'm not a big Russ Wilson guy. So for me, the Ravens are the only choice.
I'm going to go Broncos for the fact that I think the supporting cast around Russell Wilson and the fact that they gave him the bag, they think he's the guy. You know, like if going into this without the renegotiation of his contract or the extension or whatever, but Denver's putting all their eggs in one basket, right? So I just look at that team around them. I think that they have the team around them. So to your point, you know, it all depends. Like Lamar Jackson comes back betting on himself, bitter pill. The whole thing is that does he do too much? You know, does he do too much? Does he get injured? Stuff like this. It's set. You know, I think the default. You're right. It's the Ravens, but I'm going to go Broncos here.
You're going against.
I just go because they gave him the money, right there, and the Broncos are the team. And you know what? I'm not sold on John Elway and stuff like that, but they have won before, and they've been able to make these final decisions on quarterbacks later in their career. You have to look at the rest of the team. So
that division scares me with the Broncos, and it helps me with the Ravens.
It does.
Because
put it this way, I'm not betting on any of these teams. You know what I'm saying?
Terry, who do you got? Give me a worst to first between those three.
I'm going to go Ravens because when you get the bag, you get a little bit soft. Lamar Jackson, he's been told he can't pass. You're not worth the money. A lot of things, so he's going to be pissed off. He's probably going to play his best football this year. So I'm going to go Ravens. Plus, they're a solid organization anyway.
All right, second down, Spence.
Okay, second down. Second question of the nickel package. We have who wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. The choices I've given up are Chris Olave, Saints, Garrett Wilson, Jets, my boy Kenneth Walker on the Seahawks, Treylon Burks of the Titans, or Drake London of the Atlanta Falcons. Who wins Offensive Rookie of the Year?
For me, and I understand there's been a lot of late steam on Chris Olave with the Saints. And there's a question a little bit later on that Spence is going to get to in the nickel package that will help the Chris Olave thing make a little more sense to it. That's a great segue for the question later on. But I will lean towards Chris Olave. And it's got less to do with Chris Olave than it has to do with my man, Jameis Winston.
Well, there you go. I'm going to go K9.
Okay.
Because in Seattle, that's all sort of they got, and it'll be amplified because he's really going to be the only guy ground and pound. They're going to have to they don't have much out there. So maybe a little bit of a Homer State pick, but I like K9. Maybe I'm just.
Hell yeah.
Maybe
I thought K9 had surgery.
To the technical director.
No, he's questionable for week 1. He might be playing week 1.
Yeah, might be playing is the story. And, you know, the Rookie of the Year is a long game anyway, right? Because nobody comes in and dominates. Who do you got, Terry?
I'm going Chris Olave. I'm falling for the fake. I liked him in college, and I was kind of hoping the Lions would get him, but they didn't.
Third down. This is going to be my favorite one.
All right. Third down here. Third question of the nickel package. Can Brady get it done again with the Bucs? We've heard about this might be his last season. They retooled on offense. They brought in Julio Jones and Russell Gage to add to that receiving core. Can Tom Brady get it done once more?
Nope. This was a hot topic of debate. I got together with the buddies last night. We watched the Bills-Rams game, and I was surprised how much discussion time Tom Brady got with the group. It's over. And I'm calling it right now, and I've never done that before with Tom Brady. I've always said wait and see, wait and see. It's over for him.
Can't do it without Giselle, boys.
And guys,
you
that's
can't
what
do
it is.
Without your back, but trust me in this is that if that the true about the whole separation, what's made Tom Brady so strong? And forget about the whole thing about his wife makes more money. She's a super. It's that support system to be able to be the Tom Brady that he has to be. Without that, it's to me. I think that if you look football-wise and they lose guys here and there, I think this is it. And the big chink in the armor is because just the castle. Right? The home, the castle, whatever, that there's some turmoil there. And I'm just saying, when you've won this much at the end of the career, I think that it comes to the reality of what his priorities are. And his priorities
is football.
Yeah, we got to take this off the field. Mama doesn't want him to play.
Mama's making a stink even more
and he
than
can't
ever.
not play.
Right. And then when Mama's mad, you got problems. he may not last the season.
That's where I rate.
Right.
If you
Now
don't
that's
see this
bold. That's a
butters
little-
up. That's
yeah.
more true, and that's just the reality of it.
But you know what, though, Terry? The more I think about your point, the more I lean towards you on that, because I think he'll if it gets going down a bad way, he'll tap out.
Yeah,
he'll tap
He
out.
does. There's no reason for, or if guys get hurt or whatever he takes. There's no reason. He's one incident. And it doesn't have to be on the field. I haven't even looked at the team or him throwing a football at all. The stuff at home.
And I saw it at the end of last year. Just the way he played. It reminded me of what Stafford looked like last night. And guys, this is the way it goes. And you're great. And he's been great for far longer than anybody else has been great. And he's done it at such a high level. But he's still a human. And in this game, D-Mac, back me up on this, because the games are universal. If it's hockey, football, because it's time-based, it's not sport-based. You wake up one day, D-Mac, and it's over.
You know, for some,
just like that.
Right. It's over, and where's your acceptance level of it being over? And sometimes it takes, it's when you realize what you're giving away or what, like his total focus has always been football. Now he might have to focus on other things if those things are more of a priority.
Absolutely. And Terry, you brought up some great points too. Fourth down.
Fourth question in the NFL nickel package. This one's for Neal. Choosing between his two loves. Who is more likely to have a breakout season this year, Jameis Winston or Tua Tagovailoa?
This is a lot like asking Tom Brady to choose Giselle or football. That's what this question is to me. D-Mac, you know my affinity for Tua. I was Team Tua. I wanted the Lions to take him. And the day that Quinn Trisha was retained, I knew those dreams were dead. And I've had a hard time accepting that day ever since. I love the Jameis Winston experience. I love everything that comes with it. I love the fact that he throws for 450 and 5 touchdowns and 4 interceptions in a 48-45 loss. I love that. And I love it even more the next week when he comes back and he's 9 for 27 for 108 yards, 2 fumbles, and 3 picks. I love that part of it too, because it's part of the experience. This is like asking me to choose between children. And I'm excited for Tua, and I think Tua's going to get the job done. And don't forget, everybody, you all hate him, but he wins 62% of the games he starts. That's just the math behind it. Even Peyton Manning was 3-13, who had Marshall Faulk on the roster. It's for me though. I'm a big believer, because if the Bucs, this ties into the Brady thing. If the Bucs go down, somebody's got to go up in that division, and who's it going to be? It ain't going to be the Falcons, and it ain't going to be the Panthers. Who's left?
New Orleans. So
it's Jameis.
So Jameis has got your britches a little bit, as Rick would say.
A little erect.
There you go. I think, you know what, I'm gonna. If Jameis can figure out a way to, we know he can sling it, right? But can he protect it? So that's the up and comer. It seems like it plays out. To me, I'm going to go Tua. I'm going to go Tua because I think it comes to fruition of the accuracy, right? And the fact that winning's winning. At the end of the day, he wins games. I think this Miami team's different, and we're going to find out exactly who he is. I'm going to go on this one with Tua.
What do you got, T-Foss?
You would think it would be Jameis Winston. He's older. He's supposed to be more mature, but my man's still seafood. So that
he's not anymore.
Crab legs,
but he did it.
That's such a tired
take.
T-Foss.
Crab legs is seafood.
T-Foss. This is why the media gets the rap that it does, because you all push that easy button.
Because
you all push. Nobody pushes the easy button like the Detroit sports media.
Like you,
nobody pushes the easy button like the Detroit sports media.
Did he steal seafood?
10 years ago,
as a kid,
he did.
As a kid,
yeah. Were you a beacon of integrity when you were in college, Terry?
Never so.
I was not a beacon of. I didn't steal either, but I wasn't a beacon of integrity either.
I used to steal stuff from Kroger at the scan your own thing.
See, you probably still do.
Probably rye bread, right?
Rye bread. I'd scan one thing of cheese.
Cheesecake.
Scan one thing of cheese, put 2 in the cart.
See? But hey,
I was broke, man.
You did what you had to do
good.
to survive.
I did.
Here come the Kroger cops.
Real quickly, fifth down.
Fifth down. Final question of the NFL nickel package. Can Doug Peterson fix Urban Meyer's mistakes in Jacksonville, right the ship with Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars?
Eventually.
It only can get better from here. Like, you can't. Listen, I know that there's no such thing as rock bottom. It's a black hole. But holy cow, at least with the pedigree, it can't get any worse. They have to be better. We'll find out. And, Doug Peterson's got some pedigree.
Fair.
Yeah, plus I think the players have to study him for a year to see what he's all about. He could do it next year. I still think that it'll be a clown show this year because Urban Meyer was so destructive as a head football coach, more so than I've ever seen another NFL coach. He just said, I'm going to do what the hell I want. I don't care about anybody else because I'm Urban Meyer. And then the ownership was stupid enough to allow him to take the keys to the franchise. So it's going to take a year for the players to figure out if Doug Peterson is cool or not. But I think he can do it eventually, but not right away.
He can get him to be a fringe playoff contender.
Super Bowl champion. I think he can do it.
Stop it.
Fringe playoff contender.
I'm saying he's a Super Bowl champion.
He's got the pedigree to do it. Who's got the best pedigree in the haircut game? That's my question.
Well, we know everything comes from Lady Jane's Haircuts for men, all 168 around the country. But you can come to Lady Jane's for award-winning haircut experience, and it's your last month of September, to register to win the car of your dreams from Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac. Lady Jane's Haircut for men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, no appointment necessary. It's wicked awesome. Make sure you tell them Big D Energy, Woodward Sports, we sent you.
You're an ugly guy, and that's okay because you've outkicked your coverage with your significant other. Well, that's good news for you. Their hotness and your notness could get you front row tickets. The Woodward Sports Network is giving you a chance to sit front row for the Detroit versus Washington football game. That's right. We're looking for the ugliest guy and the hottest girl. So fellas, come on. If you know you've outkicked your coverage, here's your chance. Post a pic of you and your superior-looking partner on Twitter or Instagram with hashtag Woodward Front Row. Follow us and tag @Woodward Sports. Hurry, because we'll be selecting a winner September 16th. We can't wait to see you. Well, her. From the network that always outkicks the competition. Woodward Sports.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
The Sports Marketing Agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zaniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Neal Ruhl here for oddstrader.com, the number one site for all of your game day bets. Play-by-play updates, live scores, the best price on every game for multiple sports books. And look, real talk, not on the paper stuff like that. Fired up the oddstrader.com last night during the game, the live odds. There was a lot of juice out there that you could squeeze, depending on which angle you wanted to play. An OddsTrader let you know with all of them. All the lines, too. You'd be surprised at the variance in the lines that's out there. All the sports books are represented by OddsTrader. You can customize them too, whatever ones are legal in your state, you can do that. Guys, I'm telling you, man, give it a look. If you bet the games, give it a look. Don't give anything away. Go to oddstrader.com right now. Find your best bet. Coming down the stretch, real quickly, time is running out for you to vote on our poll. Story time with Uncle Terry. The time he took the Michigan football team to the strip club, or the time a stripper called him, quote, Mr. Foster. The Michigan football team strip club story, 52% of the vote. So they're getting a little bit of space, but it's going back and forth. Got about 6 minutes left to vote on that. Real quickly, our college nickel package. Spencer Raxter will spin us around and get that. We'll cook through this one, guys. What do you got, Spence?
All right, rapid fire college nickel package. First question: name one team that is most likely to make the college football playoff that missed the college football playoff last year.
I know that I think if you ask that nationally, that Clemson would be an answer. I think Ohio State would be a popular answer as well. Look, if you told me bet your mortgage on it, I would probably take Ohio State just because of the road that they have. But for entertainment purposes, I'll say USC. Because of that Pac-12, the lay of the land out there, I don't think there'll be a ton of challenges. What we saw from Oregon certainly plays a part in that as well. They got absolutely decimated by Georgia. Look, the bet your mortgage, I bet my mortgage on Ohio State. You want me to be fun, be the talk show host, all that kind of stuff, I'll say USC.
You nailed mine too. Ohio State expected them to come out this year with a vengeance and be one of those teams. And then if you're going to look for a flyer who's doing things in the portal and NIL and different things like that, it's USC. So I think you nailed it right there. And that's not, bad money going towards it. So.
No, absolutely not. T-Foss, look,
don't you think
I know
the
it won't be
Pac-10
Clemson.
has already sunk its battleship?
Yes.
But every year, but USC's
still
it
there.
never happens to be it, but this could sort of maybe be the year. I could see a pathway of how USC, but you're right, never is a Pac-12 team.
But I will say this, though. In order for USC to do it, they got to win them all.
Yeah.
Because when it comes down to one-loss Michigan or one-loss Clemson and one-loss USC, I know who ain't going, and it ain't going to be USC.
Right, and they can't beat Utah in overtime or something silly like that. I got to go with Ohio State. Ohio State is the closest thing that the Big Ten has to an SEC team. The committee wants the Big Ten in that Final Four, so it's definitely going to be Ohio State.
Real quick on the YouTube chat thread, Detroit Dabber. I did Spencer's thing with the Bill Jones six-packs at Meyer in college. I'd pay for 6 Bud Lights, but I get 5 Dragon Milks and only 1 Bud Light. Detroit Dabber's a hustler.
Hell yeah.
As D-Mac, I think you said it best.
I just said, does it surprise you? I mean, that's sort of the way, that's the hustle. The first in the chat, my God, that does not surprise me, Dabber.
Second down.
Second question of the nickel package. Which individual player's performance were you most impressed with in week 1?
I would have to say Stetson Bennett for me. Because what was the label on him, right? Game manager, talented defense, players around him, all that kind. He went out and spun it.
Yeah, he did.
So I mean, for me, that was the one that really jumps out to me, because if he can make plays,
they're winning again.
It's them in Alabama, which will be a clash of the Titans.
2 things I took, and forgot his name, but the defensive player from Michigan State,
Jacoby Windman.
Yep.
That just as far as because it reiterated like Mel Tucker and Michigan State in the transfer portal and doing their things, but also too, Neal, you brought it up. It was when push came to shove in that Ohio State Notre Dame game that was the question about Ohio State. Are they soft on both sides of the ball? But they took that game over. Like, that's something that we're going to see later on in this season.
Yeah,
this
you're
Big
going
Ten
to see it in a
season,
different form.
when it comes down to it. And I think that was just sort of like them just showing that this year it's going to be different. So Ohio State's offensive line and the way they ran the ball when they needed to.
We got Terry.
I'm going to go down south to Florida with Mr. Richardson.
Nice.
And the reason is, after the one performance, you started hearing Lion fans saying, I want that guy on my team.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Terry, this weekend for all the Lions fans out there,
Lord, here
Kentucky
we go.
and Florida. I'm just saying,
Two potential quarterbacks.
Will Levitt's at Kentucky. Terry's guy, Anthony Richardson from. Here's a neat stat for you that I read in The Athletic this morning, because I do this weird thing where when people come up with something, I give them credit for it. I got to stop doing that, I guess. But anyway, do you know?
No, that fits the accountability.
That Florida International has put more quarterbacks in the NFL draft in the last 10 years than Florida has. I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe that.
That's pretty wild.
That's a good stat.
Steve Trask, the guy with Tampa, that's the only one.
Yeah.
And it's when you start thinking about it, you're like, wow, that is the case. It was amazing to me. Next down.
Next question on the nickel package for college football. Who wins the SEC, Alabama or Georgia?
I don't think it matters because they're both going.
Fair.
Right, same as last year. You might get the exact same thing. Somebody wins the conference in the playoff, and then somebody beats them again. They're by
both
far.
in.
They've proven that they're the two best teams still.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
I'm going to say
I got Georgia though this year.
Alabama, because Nick Saban said they were rebuilding last year. So they go to the championship game, so they're not in the rebuilding mode. I always go Bama.
Now that's great media angle for you right there. You said you were rebuilding, so I would assume, well, is the rebuild over for Alabama?
It takes them like 6 months to rebuild.
Yeah, it's not a Tigers rebuild.
It's not the Ilitch family out there saying
Yeah,
okay.
definitely not.
Gotcha.
Next question on the Nickle package for college football. Who has the better season, C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young? Bryce Young is off to a big lead with that 5-touchdown performance.
I think like sex appeal stat wise, it's going to be Bryce Young because I think going back to D-Mac's point earlier, we saw a side of Ohio State that I don't think we knew, but we didn't know, and we saw it. And when it came down to it, when their feet were in the fire, they punched Notre Dame in the mouth. And you guys can say what you want about Notre Dame or whatever, but they were winning that football game until they weren't.
Yes.
And Ohio State just put it on the table, if you know what I mean.
I think you nailed it. As far as stats wise, you can't but I believe that C.J. Stroud, if Ohio State is going to contend, he will develop and get better.
He's got to be
as the
special.
season goes on, but he's got to be more the game, not the game manager, but they got to go run first, right? Everything will develop around how physical they are on the ground game.
Yeah, Kyle Trask,
Bryce Young is the better quarterback. C.J. Stroud will have the better season because he's playing clowns in the Big Ten.
We got one more?
One more.
Real quick.
Final question. Which first-year head coach leads his team to more wins this season? Brent Venables at Oklahoma or Marcus Freeman at Notre Dame?
Man. Venables seems to be the people's champion in all this.
Everybody likes him.
Yeah, like I don't get it. I guess
he's a brother.
That Big 12, that Big 12 schedule. So yeah, I guess I could see it. I could see Brent Venables. What do you guys think?
But I like what Freeman's doing.
I can like what somebody's doing more, but it ain't gonna help this year.
Right. So I see what Marcus Freeman's doing in Notre Dame, but I think the schedule-wise sets up for Oklahoma and Venables.
What do you got?
If Notre Dame can go tooth and nail with Ohio State, I'm gonna go Freeman.
Okay, and that's fair.
That's very fair.
Yeah, that's very fair.
Plus, Notre Dame's schedule isn't what it used to be, so I'm gonna go there.
I don't think it's as easy as everybody thinks it is.
Yeah, we'll see.
We gonna see.
We see.
Cintron's the official energy drink of the Red Wings. Oh, by the way, real quickly, we're going to call it. It is official. Story time with Uncle T. The Michigan football team strip club story has won. So 52% of the vote. So when we come back, Story time with Uncle T, you have chosen your adventure. Choose your adventure as far as the energy drinks go with Cintron. They've combined all three of their flavors into a limited edition 6-pack sampler box with a Red Wings theme. Try the great tasting cranberry, classic, and sugar-free all in one package. Pre-order your Cintron 6-pack sampler box at CintronWorld.com/Red Wings. Get energized with Cintron, and let's go Red Wings.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
Neal Ruhl here for the Monroe Street Midway. You still have time, everybody. It's still open until September 25th. Go downtown. hang out downtown. Maybe you'll run into Spencer Raxter and his fiance with his in-laws. Who knows? It could be popping down there. It's a fun, safe environment for everybody, ages 1 to 100. Roller skating, mini golf, art, live music, food trucks, and more. DeckedOutDetroit.com. Again, go to DeckedOutDetroit.com for more information. See you at the Midway. Final segment of the week.
When did I get engaged?
What's that?
When did I get engaged?
Oh, did I say Sam Flannel? Oh, my bad.
No,
Yeah, you
Sam
said Spencer
Flannel.
Raxter, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm for the streets, Neil.
Hey, you're engaged
Yeah.
to
I'm
the
for-
friggin' heavyweights,
One day he'll be
baby.
engaged.
I'm for the streets. Everybody can have a piece.
Ah, there he is.
Well, speaking of everybody getting a piece, it's time for story time. Choose your own adventure with Terry Foster. The people have spoken, Terry. They have chosen their adventure, and their adventure is the time you took the Michigan football team to the strip club.
I figured that would be. And speaking of getting a piece, 1988.
Oh, wow.
Speaking of getting a piece.
No. What happened is the players were very loose. Usually they're standoffish to the media, especially at Michigan, because they're afraid that if they say something wrong, it'd be in the paper and Bo would get them. This is when Bo was the coach, but Bo had a heart attack and had heart surgery and had to remain in Michigan. So the Michigan players went to the Hall of Fame Bowl to play Alabama without Bo. So those guys.
Was he getting fitted for the statue at that time or no?
He was. The
Okay.
statue was not up yet. But anyways, guys like John Colazar, Billy Harris, Jamie Morris, and a bunch of other dudes. We're just kicking it at a Hooters party.
Oh, boy.
And so these guys, some honeys there. And so they told this girl, the blonde, sweet looking girl. I mean, like, she was like fine.
Like a cutie pie?
A cutie. She was beyond a cutie pie. She was fine. So they lied to this girl and tell her I'm like the backup quarterback on Michigan's football team. Which, if she knew anything about sports, she was like, nah, he's not. But I was, was kind of a good-looking guy. Wasn't flabby or anything yet, so she bought it. So next thing I know, the cutie pie is waking up next to me the next morning. So I'm like, damn, these dudes got me laid, so I got to do something nice to them. So we're talking, and I said, I tell you what, if you guys beat Alabama, I'll take you to the strip club. Because they were saying they had to go to Mons Venus, and I said, no, we're not going to Mons Venus. We got to go to the spaceship. I was telling them about the spaceship. So,
right, which the spaceship, for anybody who doesn't know, Tampa is a level above Mons Venus.
Is that
Mons
Space Odyssey 3000?
Mons Venus, listen, I've
yeah,
been Mons Venus, but let's just say Mons Venus is
a silver medal.
Well, depends what you're looking for. Sort of hijack the story, Terry. Keep going.
No, but the spaceship is this is something like 3,000.
Yeah, Space Odyssey
Space
3000.
Odyssey 3000.
Yeah.
There's downstairs where all the scrubs are
Oh, boy.
throwing out their singles. But if you go into the spaceship, which is above, you get special favors.
Well, of course.
I do
So
not.
anyway, after the game, I didn't want to take him to the strip club. So then I'm interviewing every dude. And then I'm trying to be professional. And they said, dude, strip club. I said, no, we're not going to the strip club. I was just joking. And I said, oh, man, come on. We got you hooked up. You got to take us to the strip club. So I'm like, maybe they'll forget about it. So the next day, Michigan decided not to leave Tampa. It's a beautiful, warm weather. So they had a midnight flight the next day, or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, that's when I do my wrap-up stories. I'm in the hotel room doing my wrap-up stories, and then there's a knock on the door. So I look out. I see these fools out there. I said, nah, I'm not answering the door. It was 3.
Okay.
It was 3 of them out there. And I said, what are you doing here? I said, we got to go into the strip club. I said, dude, we're not going. So they kept knocking. I said, so I opened the door. They barge in. They're sort of football players, so there's nothing I could do. I said, all right, let's go. So we went to the strip club, and this was like, we got there before lunch. It was like 11 a.m.
Okay.
So I figured we'll stay here for a few hours, and blah, blah, blah.
It's 11 a.m.
11 a.m. we're at the spaceship. So when these dudes are having fun, they're throwing singles around and getting lap dances, and they got me lap dances and stuff like that. So then it's getting later.
Okay.
So I'm not thinking about this, but we got a midnight flight to take.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a lot of time.
But I'm saying, I said we got plenty of time. Let's not worry about it.
It's always a mistake.
We just clowning, having a good time.
Oh my God, it's 11 p.m.
Eating food, messing with the strippers. I'm sure they got paid big time. But anyway, I'm like, fellas, we gotta leave. We got to get the hell out of here. So what are you talking about? I says, it's 9:30 at night. You told me.
Great shift.
The last bus.
10-hour shift to the strip joint. Been there, done that.
Right.
It's a good shift.
The last bus was leaving for the airport at 10:30. Y'all don't. You got an hour. We got to get out of here. You got to pay your bills, and then we got to go back to the hotel. And I know you clowns didn't pack, and then you got to get to the flight. So anyway, we start hustling. We putting the babes down off our laps and everything, and said, bye. We got to go, and we just bolted out of there. So
You made the flight, you made the bus, everything was hunky-dory?
They barely made the bus.
Barely still making it.
Barely. It is making it.
It's a pass-fail situation.
I was prepared. I'm going to have to drive these fools to the airport. So anyway, they barely make the bus, and everybody's on the plane like panting and holding their chest like they had a heart attack and stuff. So I said, thank God you guys made it, because if Bo had found out, first of all, I took him to the strip club, and then they missed the flight. That would have been it.
It probably would have upset him so much that he would have lost the Rose Bowl.
He may have had a heart attack or something.
But Terry, so have you run into these gentlemen like over the years, in the past 30 years and stuff like this?
I have.
And do you always bring up, hey, remember that time?
They bring it up.
That's what I'm
saying.
Especially
Billy Harris.
You always give everybody memories in this town.
Right.
See?
Billy Harris was a clown, man. He was a defensive lineman. This dude was hilarious. And he's like, man, the strip club thing, that was the highlight of that was better than beating Alabama.
So there you have it.
There it is.
Well, T-Foss, the moral of the story is always pack your bag before you leave.
That's
the veteran play. Remember that, everybody. Always pack your bag before you leave. Oh, my other get right. I gave you two. I gave you Hawaii. Texas at home plus the 21 against Alabama.
Wow.
Book it as well. I'm very confident in that.
You better get that one right.
I'm very confident in it. We'll see you all on Monday for DMAC, for Terry Foster.
Have a great
Detroit
weekend,
City
guys.
FC. Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, TV 20. Fish, Spencer Raxter. My name's Neal Ruhl. Thanks for watching, everybody. Well, see you later.
Football's back. Enjoy it, everybody.
DCFC.